Hello, hello. It's me again, the MetaVerse Explorer. I'm back with an interview, this time with Matt. Now, you guys know I like to keep you guys updated on Star Atlas, but Matt here, he's probably like my #1 fan on YouTube. He makes comments all the time, he engages with me, and I generally love having conversations with him. So I thought I'd get Matt on just to have a chat, from a normal perspective, a normal person who doesn't do YouTube videos, who's not part of the team, to see how, the sentiment in the community is. So, Matt, I'm going to give it to you. Introduce yourself for us. Tell us about yourself, please.
Cool. Yeah. My name is Matt Wasik. I'm located in Pacific Northwest of the United States. My day job is a digital marketing strategist. I own my own digital marketing agency. So I am what we'll call it Web 2 familiar. So I'm, helping people with paid ads, SEO, websites, and things like that. But I've been in technology practically my entire life. So when things like Web3 came out and crypto and Star Atlas and metaverses, these are all things that are really interesting to me. So I found this thing. I was actually trying to play it with my son, thought it would be cool. But of course, then I found out there wasn't anything to play. And so
no game yet.
Of course, went out. Yeah, he immediately didn't get in the age. But yeah, I'm I don't know what to call it. I guess we'll call it old school, but just old timer doesn't sound right. But old school gamer, I started with an Atari 2600 and moved all the way through with consoles. PC gamer at heart, so obviously Star Atlas fits greatly into that.
Awesome.
However, life comes up and you can't game as much as you used to when you're younger. So I keep trying to stay young by doing gaming, and Star Atlas is something that's definitely intrigued. And hey, I love following all you guys YouTube and whatever. And hey, I enjoy this stuff, and I'm really excited if this thing moves forward. But hey, it's also just cool to learn and learn crypto and all that stuff. So that's who I am.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Thanks for the introduction. And, I wasn't around when you were starting to discover your gaming gaming self. I'm only 30 years old myself. So I grew up in Africa. I didn't have the Atari. I didn't have any of this. So I came to Australia with normal small PC. I used to play Doom in Africa on my computer. And that was the basic, with a CMD command line to actually launch the program. So that was my intro to gaming, and yours is totally different, right? But we're connecting over this new thing that we found, which is Star Atlas, right? So let's go into Star Atlas. So how did you first feel about Star Atlas when you discovered it? You said you were trying to play it with your son, but the game isn't out yet, and of course we know this, right? So how did you first go into Star Atlas? What happened? How did you get into crypto? I mean,
crypto came up through some of my other online communities that I'm in, and they actually started a creator coin. And so that was my first introduction to that. Then I said, I better probably buy some crypto. So I bought a little Bitcoin, bought a little ETH, all those things, weren't figuring out how that stuff worked. Yep. And then, I don't know, it just kind of popped up on my radar somewhere. And it was like, wait, this is a sci-fi game. And I like sci-fi. I mean, I like Star Trek. I like Star Wars. I watch Star Wars in the theater. So I mean, I've been a sci-fi fan my whole life. And so this idea of a game that you could play, it sounded really intriguing, similar to some of the other really large games like EVE Online and other things like that. And then there was this concept of the metaverse. I was like, whoa, we can actually be in this. And of course, yes, maybe there's metaverses have been around for a while, but whatever. And then the final thing was the idea of a VR game. The idea of this immersive thing that you could actually play. And to be honest, I hadn't had any excuse to play with VR. So I was like, great. So I guess around December of last year, started looking into it. And then I dawned on me, hey, this could be a way for my son who's playing, oh man, I don't know what he's playing on his computer all the game. And I had to ask him how Discord. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he's like Dota and
League of Legends and Fortnite and
Destiny 2. Yeah. And I had to ask him how Discord worked. I just wasn't into Discord. So I thought, hey, this could be a way we could play together. And so I had to figure out all the crypto side because, well, that's finances and he's still learning all that stuff. And then we got in, we bought a few ships, way too expensive now compared to what it is now.
Yes.
And I was like, great, we're going to do this. And then it dawned on me, there wasn't anything to do. Yeah. So anyways, but he dropped out and went back to playing his games with his friends on Discord. But again, it was still, all those components were still there. And so I was like, let's just see what happens. And then I think I found your channel and I found some other stuff. And I was like, this still feels really interesting. And the key, I think, was get in at the ground floor, get in at the beginning, not just come in. And hearing a lot of the videos from the CEO, Michael Wagner, those were interesting. A lot of the things he was saying back, early in the
early days.
Cool. So it was just more of like, hey, I can learn crypto.
Be involved in something new.
Yeah, something new, and then now it's just become part of my routine to just kind of keep up on this, and I guess that is part of why people join groups and communities is they find something, and then
To
they
bind us
stay.
together. Yeah. And then
Yeah,
we,
and again, so
explore.
on. There's still something coming. There's still room to develop. So that's just been why I've stayed in it. And so
Awesome.
far, still very interested.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have you, man. Same as me. I want to find people to play with, explore the metaverse together, as my name suggests.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know you actually do contribute to the Star Atlas metaverse in your own way. So we'll come back to this at the end because we want to find out about it, right? But let's go on to what you were saying there. Let's dig deeper. You were saying that there wasn't a game ready yet, and we all know this right now. So we know, if you guys watch the videos, that there are a few components that are being launched at different times. We had the last 426, and then we have the new 426, which is coming fairly soonish. We don't know exactly what's going to be it, but we have an idea. Probably the first showroom module release, maybe with a partnership with Epic Games or something, right? We'll see. Now, I want to get your opinion. How do you think the team is going? You coming in, trying to get in on the ground floor. You can't play this with your son now. Are you satisfied at the moment? Are you weary? Are you happy with the development? Go.
Yeah, I think I'm both maybe a little constructive criticism and a little pragmatic. The pragmatic part is because I've seen over the decades how long, and especially AAA games take.
Yep.
I think they've set a very ambitious goal for them, which is fine. I mean, if you don't shoot for the stars, pun intended, you're never going to get anywhere. So I think that part is, but I do kind of being more kind of critical is, we want to play something, and I'm not feeling that. But what I've started to realize more and more, especially even in this last month, is I think the original thing was a AAA game, but really there's more to it than that. There is. Do apologize. There is a game coming. They have things, and now they're outsourcing, which is great. They obviously have funding from the ship sales and other things like that. But I'm also starting to realize, no, there is more to it. And some of the things I remember listening to at the beginning are now, I think, coming to show. One is the metaverse, an actual place we go and hang out. We don't even have to play a game. We can go hang out. Again, maybe hopefully a VR component. Well, name a metaverse right now. They're fits and starts and whatever. The second one that I think, and this is where I think they've actually spent more of their time, is the economy side. I mean, they put out those great papers, and you have to be an economist even to understand what they're saying because they're written by economists.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, those are complex. They are, are we going to have work relationships and things like that? If you put those three things together, it's like, wow, this is a massive undertaking.
You can see the scope of where they're trying to aim. It's not just a normal play game that you spend 2 hours and you log off. And no, it's like a giant
or you buy one
economy.
Yeah, for $60 and you play it for whatever and you're gone. So I think if we keep that in mind, the goal is so ambitious, it's going to take some time.
Yep.
Having said that, though, we need things to keep us engaged.
Yep.
Score. Yeah, okay, yes, I can click.
I don't think Score was really it's just a way for us to use our ships in that small amount of time until something playable comes out, which is what the community keeps asking for.
Right, but it's economy. It's an economy part of the game. Again, I wish I didn't have to click twice a day to keep my small little ship or extra small ships. But again, in that context, it was something. And that's where I think the things that are coming, and now they're delivering. I think whatever they did early Q1, Q2, they again, they've been very good, and I want to compliment them on their transparency, the roadmaps and all that. Again, I'm so glad you read them for me to watch your video, but they are transparent. We got to give them credit for that. So I think, again, it's coming. There are different components, but again, I think we all are but we'll believe it when we see it, and that's unfortunately about almost all development. And again, if anything, maybe they have been a little too open, and that's causing them some problems. But again, you can fix all of that with delivering good, interesting things
products
that the community wants. So,
I always think,
again,
I always think that a good product sells itself. If you have what you've created, what you've set out to create, and it's great, I'm just going to start bringing everyone I want to play with into the metaverse. But until that time actually comes, we might not be able to get the influx of people we need. So that's about the development of SA. And I kind of share the similar thoughts to yourself as well. I first got in, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be able to play this. But no, of course, it's a AAA game. It's going to take years, 5, maybe 6, 7, no idea, longer time. In the meantime, we'll have to keep with Scream or Score. On the topic of Scream, what are you more of the UE5 gameplay for the modules might be coming soon, or are you going to be participating in Scream, which is the web-based?
I'm very interested in it. I think, again, if Scream was Score, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That thing had come out earlier in the year, and we had something to do. What I think is really interesting, though, again, one of your most recent videos kind of pointing out there's still concept art. Where's the real stuff? Hey, and all this stuff. So again, subject to it coming out, the idea of sort of a mini game to engage in things, I think could really actually bring the community into like, hey, this is really cool. Now we can start debating, hit points and all this other stuff. And then again, now we're into the game side. Does it have an economy side? Hard to tell yet. Is it part of the metaverse? No. I mean, again, it doesn't, the WebGL thing doesn't, I'm not going to feel immersive in this. But again, I think the idea of interacting with our assets, our ships, and doing something, and the potential that, again, this could have some of the DACs and guilds involvement and have them now start organizing. The promise is there. And I think, again, if they deliver, then they set up the right plan at the early part of the year. The UE5 stuff is mind-blowingly cool. But again, as we've been starting to see more and more, does any of us have a computer that could run this? I mean, there's some practical parts. I mean, if you got to buy one of those iPower things just to fire up the showroom.
That reminds me. There's a video I've been meaning to make, which is the requirements of the UE5 gameplay, or like the specs that you need. And like some of them is really high. So like the stuff they're aiming for, a lot of people might not even be able to get into the module or the showroom itself. And so again, I think what I think is really interesting, and again, if we look at those kind of three components, the games, the metaverse, and the economy, as long as all three of those are moving forward, I'm feeling cool. Because again, I think, and maybe we've all kind of come to this point, we know it's going to take 3 years. So we're not expecting that Call of Duty or EVE Online or whatever, popular game out now. But if, again, they keep developing, they keep engaging us, they keep listening to feedback, which, again, they're great on Discord and the town halls. I mean, isn't that kind of cool, too? Even if the thing isn't there yet. I mean, what are they up to? 100,000 people in Discord or more? Give or take. And not active, though. Amazing. There's only like a few of us that are actually still active. It's the bear market right now. But still
interest. I mean, this is community. And this is what, again, I think Web3 is about, too, is giving you the people. Because before, if you played, and I didn't play World of Warcraft, but if you did, I mean, you didn't own anything. You didn't have the ability to, trade illegally anyways. I mean, that is kind of cool in the gaming. And that's why I think maybe it's not exactly play to earn, but, Web3 games is we own part of it.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
Think of another game that you've ever had that. It just hasn't existed. So.
And the difference here is that we own a part of it, which means we somehow get a small say into the development of it, or at least where the path of it goes. Because right now, I'm not sure people are aware, but in the Discord announcements, they put out feedback for the Galactic Marketplace. So I might actually put this in the link. So you can go in, people use the Marketplace now. You need it for your fuel and resources. You can go and say, hey, I don't like the Marketplace. What are you guys doing? It doesn't look like any... So you can go and say, because you own a part of Star Atlas, you own the ships, right? And at the end of the day, if you don't buy any more ships, they won't get any more funding, unfortunately.
Well, and that's the whole concept of a DAO. I mean, you can own... Again, I know there's nothing we can vote on yet, but again, they're moving in direction of giving something that literally you could have a voting right in something. Again,
that's going to be immense.
That doesn't exist. Microsoft doesn't have to listen to you. Bungie doesn't have to listen to you. Yeah, they get your $60 and maybe they'll give you some DLC. But again, this could all implode. Nothing could happen in 4 or 5 years. But again, if you invest wisely, again, not financial advice, and don't overextend yourself. Hey, I own a ship. It might mean something. Maybe I can buy some Polis, whatever. So again, I still find that really, really intriguing. And again, they seem like they have a lot of the components. Maybe a little shaky start, but now we're seeing, and they're releasing stuff. So give them credit there.
They're working. What I like to see is that, like you said, they're still working and they're still delivering, even though it's delayed a little bit, but there are still things in the works coming out. You can slowly see it coming out. Now, we're getting closely to the end, but before we have a look at your contribution to Star Atlas, I wanted to ask from your point of view or your perspective, we have a whole bunch of stuff that's about to be coming out, right? Or stuff that's already out. We have Scream, we have a UE5 showroom, we have the Atlas Locker, we have the Star Atlas comic, the podcast of not Wen's Adventures, that's what I do with my girlfriend, the podcast of the other lore of Star Atlas. Yes. What are you actually waiting for within this year? What are you really excited for? Do you like the comic itself? Do you like the Atlas Locker, the Polus Locker? What do you want?
Yeah, I think I'm probably having to go back to the gaming thing. Scream, as it's starting to come out, looks intriguing. The idea that I could move or warp between places and maybe have a little battle and maybe defend my star base or something. I was actually really intrigued with the exploration component that seems to have kind of disappeared, where we could go mining and things like that. That was actually I guess that was one of the other cool things. I thought, hey, it'd be really cool to fly around, find this solar system. Yeah, exactly. So I still think it's there. The economy thing is teaching me about crypto, but I'm again, I don't know. I've been in the stock market for my entire life for retirement. I'm very cautious and conservative when it comes to investment.
As everyone should.
Yes, exactly. So that part is hard to get really excited about, the economy side. But again, hey, if I can earn a little Atlas or a little Polus, sure, why not? So yeah, I think it's Scream. I think, but my only real kind of concern about all of it is making sure that a lot of the different stakeholders are there. I get it about DAX and guilds. Definitely. I get the whales. It's like, I just still need, can I just play a couple hours on the weekend?
Yeah, just in some enjoyment without having to
get and as long as that component exists, or my base doesn't get blown up because I'm sleeping or something, then I'll be okay. But if it's like, I got to do all of this stuff and like that, I'm like, that again, I'm just of a different
you don't want it to feel like a giant time sink. Otherwise, all your time is actually wasted. So you actually want to get some real enjoyment.
Or I go away for an hour because I have family responsibilities and my star base blows up. But again, I still think, again, that's things they can tweak. There's different stakeholders, different play types. Hopefully there's different play types. And again, it feels like, hey, we can play this. Even if it's only 3 ships, or maybe I can get, more landing hangar bays, or, there's something there. And that is finally, I think, something that could tide us all over as more and more development occurs. So.
Awesome. So you're looking forward to Scream. Awesome. Me too. I'm looking forward to Scream and the UE5, both of them, everything really. Now,
again, don't get me wrong. I mean, if UE5 can play on my old gaming computer and I can take out one of my small ships and
fly around,
just move it around and come back, and that's all I get out of it, that'll be a pretty sweet moment. If again, may not be a lot of replay value, who knows? But again, they're talking about the multi-component that maybe people can hang out in there. Then we're kind of talking metaverse.
Yeah. Hey,
that could be a lot different. But again, we got to see that one. Scream looks more doable. UE5 still seems a little future.
It's coming. It's coming.
I know.
All right, so we'll look about wrapping it up. I know we did talk about your contributions to Star Atlas, so we'll spend about the next 3 minutes. Introduce what you do for Star Atlas. How do you like to get involved yourself? And I have the website up right now.
Cool. Yeah. So as you came up with a great branding, I'll give you 100% credit. MetaVerse Explorer is awesome. So I was kind of thinking, what could I do, and where am I kind of interested? And one of the things is, again, this kind of, I just can't check it out every day. I can't follow Twitter. Got a job, got a family, whatever. And so what I do is I just queue up all these emails, all these Twitter links, and I just read them all on the weekends. And it dawned on me, I bet you I'm not alone. So what I decided to do is just take all this quote unquote research, and I'm doing for myself anyways to keep up, and just
put it out there.
Again, go back to Web 2, and I just created a blog. So I came up with my attempt at branding called the Intergalactic Herald, newspaper words with intergalactic. And I'm just doing a weekly recap blog post, basically, with a whole bunch of links. You'll see that you're quite well represented in my links.
Thank you.
And just a place where people can find different resources. And I'd love to, get more links in. I'm still discovering stuff. A lot of this is kind of in Twitter or whatever on YouTube. But again, it's just a great way for me anyways, to do the research. And other people might go, hey, I only got an hour or two a week to check in, but I'm kind of interested in this. Where do I go? Hey, here's a place you can go, and here's a whole bunch of links that I'll put out once a week. And, just kind of, again, old school blogging.
No, but it still works, right? There's some people that this is their way of consuming Star Atlas content. They might not be able to, they want to read. They don't want to watch videos like I do. So a blog like this is great. Oh, and I see myself there in the YouTube section. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Hey, and again, I'm a marketing guy. I know how those links help and everybody. But again, it was more of just this idea that, hey, you're still interested in it. You don't have time to go to a 2 or 3 hour town hall to keep up there. You can't follow Discord because it moves so fast. Hey, here's just some highlights. Again, they're just my choices. Hopefully, if I can get some more, links, or I can do some more curation and, pump up the better ones or put some commentary. Again, it's just a time thing. But again, it was just like, hey, why don't I just blog this stuff? So that's what I did. Just had to create a quick little WordPress site and give it a domain name. So.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. It's awesome to help, the rest of the Star Atlas community. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad to. And again, you're a good source of content, so I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll look to wrapping it up. Matt, I want to thank you very much for coming on, spending your time here. I'll give you the floor. Any last words for any Star Atlas citizens out there, anyone who might be exploring Star Atlas at the beginning? What do you want to say to them now?
Yeah, I think all I can say, and again, I hate to be whatever, but give them time. They're trying a lot. They're doing something that obviously hasn't been done, but again, if this could be developed, this could be really fun. So, try it out. Buy a ship. Learn about crypto. Learn about wallets. I think I saw you put out a video on wallet security.
Yeah.
Try it out. Hey, there's some ships right now, especially on the aftermarket, that are really
price.
Yeah, real price. I mean, come on, just buy something, try it out, wait for something like Scream to come out where you can do it and give it a shot. If it's not for you, hey, no problem. But this is the potential, I think, of showing a real real practical application of Web3 technologies that, hey, could be fun. And, isn't that what we do with a lot of time? Just have fun. So have some fun. Give them some credit. Keep up to date on things. There's lots of great resources out there. Join Discord if you want to. I mean, hey, it's a great community, and it's just cool. But again, if it's not for you, it's okay. We'll see where it comes. Show up in 5 years. Play the game when we're all been, got our bases and our skins and all this other stuff.
And guess what? Your ship is still going to be there in 5 years because it's in your wallet and you own it now. That's kind of the beauty of blockchain.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I mean, it's a very interesting thing, and no reason not to dip your toes in and see what's out there, And if it's not, again, wish there was something to play now. I wish there was a AAA game. Again, it's tough. Internet's, always a little too critical of things, but give them. Let's see what they do. And again, they're very open. Hey, you can tweet at them on Twitter, and you might get a response. I mean, think about how access to. Name another game developer that has
such direct access to.
Yeah. That tells you, has a roadmap on the internet you can just read. I'm giving you credit. Give them a break, I guess. But again, if you're interested in sci-fi and you're interested in crypto, hey, give it a shot. Who knows? You might enjoy it.
Well said, man. Thank you again for coming on. This is MetaVerse Explorer.
I appreciate it.
Thank you again, man. Really appreciate it. All right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out some of the other Star Atlas videos if you're interested. This has been Matt. Check out his blog as well, intergalacticherald.com.
Yes.
Good blog. And that's it for now. Ciao. Ciao, guys.